Whoa, that's good enough. It's just wait until people get here. Yo, 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 in the house. Sunday football, baby. It is hot in Los Angeles. What up, ACDC? God dang, it's hot. Buddy. I mean, look at the sweat. First day of football. Hope you all are doing well. Let me get the clicker. The Michael Connolly Wonderland Murders thing is on tonight. Hold, please. It's on the MGM channel, which is in the upper 500s for direct TV. Ryan Olson, are you new to the stream? The Wonderland Massacre. Unlock now. Man, do I have to pay for this shit? This is some bullshit. My DirecTV is already enough. Price gouging. My Pittsburgh Steelers won. I'm very happy. Yeah, let's view the price. How much is MGM? Hang tight. $5.99 a month. Fuck it. I got money. Confirm. All right, well, I get to watch that. Now, let me see. Well, it is now. Sorry, I should have done this beforehand. It's very unprofessional of me. Let's see what's going on here. Man, heads are going to roll. It is hot. Yes, you're right. It is the best baritone in the business. This is my natural deep. I'm trying to, Dominic, but I really want to. Oh, I really want to watch this Wonderland. Michael Connolly, who of course wrote all the Bosch books. He beat me to the punch. That son of a bitch. Oh, yes, indeed. All right, hold on. I have to make sure I'm TiVoing this. Okay. This episode is set to record. And then I will be all yours. We'll go back to the football game. Oh, I don't know. Well, I subscribe to it. I'm a DirecTV guy, but they also have that show I want to watch. What is it? The new show with Michael Chiklis and Danny Pino. So I need a comment on the Kate Quigley tweet today. I didn't see it. What did Kate say? Now, in full disclosure, I am friends with Kate. So, you know, was it something about the Chargers or the Rams? Isn't she a Rams person? Let me know. I'm watching the Rams game right now, 16-3, 17-3, Detroit Lions. Let me get over here so you guys can fully see the Earl sign I paid 500 hooves for. We'll do a stream. When do you get the Ray DeVito party on the stream? I don't stream snipe. We don't dabble in that here. We talk about sports, pussy, myself, and whatever else you guys want to talk about in the Earlverse. Hit the like button. We can talk AEW wrestling. I'm about halfway through the pay-per-view. Thank you very much. I just watched the Pac Will Ospreay match. That's a banger. 5 stars. Recount the real thought. I don't know what that means. Greasy on. I don't know what that means. I did stand-up comedy last night before my Comedy Store set in front of the XPW wrestling crowd. A tough gig, no doubt about it, but I survived. And, I survived. That's about all I can say. Would I go back again and do it? I probably would, because I like XPW. It was a good mix last night of some new dudes and some newer, some older dudes. Homeless Jimmy was there fighting my buddy Judge Joe Dredd. Rob Black was there, obviously. He's the Vince McMahon of XPW. He always treats me very nice. DJ, it depends on what you want to do, to be honest with you. Earl, you decide what your plan is for the debate on Tuesday. Pre-show, after show, or during the debate? Well, I kind of want to watch it so I can pay attention. But if we do it after, that's pretty late for you East Coasters. So I have not decided. I guess I could do a mini stream before the debate, like a half-hour pregame show and then a half-hour post-debate. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Oh yeah, if you have a plan like that, DJ, that's good to do. I mean, I don't know where those Halloween locations are, but there's just keep in mind there are some areas of Los Angeles that are not the best. So, and no, I don't have acne. It's just a shaving bump. Not bad skin for 55. Okay, Pasadena's a pretty good area. My friend went to the Rams game today. No, I'm sorry, the Chargers game today, and $125 to park at SoFi Stadium now. That is wacko. Okay, South Pasadena is a pretty good neighborhood. Um, yes, and I believe David Lee Roth, his dad was a dentist, lived at the foothills of Pasadena. If you know where I'm talking about, I believe Santa Anita racetrack, kind of around there. I typed out the Kate Quigley tweet. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I mean, I know she likes to say some wacky shit, so and she gets trolled a lot. But hit me with it, baby doll. Lois is passed out on the hardwood floor. I think it's mid-90s. Dominant. Wow, the last massacre I witnessed, more depressing than the Browns game, ended with 3 dead people in my living room. She didn't write that, did she? Yeeks. I mean, let me go on her Twitter, man. I can't believe she would write that. I'm excited because let me see the Kings are in the rookie tournament this week, which I will be attending at least one day. It's going to be a horrible. What is her Twitter? Dominic Sen. What is her Twitter? Is it at Kate Quigley? Because I'm not getting that. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty rough tweet. I knew Fu, who was one of the 3 people, so not the funniest tweet. But what's Kate Quigley's Twitter? I thought we were friends, but maybe she blocked me. I don't know. But I'm one of the few people who has supported her, so I wouldn't see her blocking me. Or maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Kate Q funny. Okay, thank you. That's Kate Q. Alright. This is why I need a producer. Okay. We do follow each other. Wow. Oh, wow. Jesus. Wow. What do you say to that? I mean, I would think that members of the the deceased are not going to like that tweet. But hey, what are you going to do? I mean, I knew Fu, so I didn't know the other 2 guys. But I mean, at this point, fuck it, why not? I guess. I mean, she doesn't really do stand up anymore, so it's not like she's burning a bridge. And I'm like the king of tasteless jokes. Um, but you know, she's not going to win herself any friends in the comedy world with the friends of the deceased. But I'm sure she thought about that before she tweeted it out. I think she lives on a boat. I mean, she's a real wild card, that one. But with some of the tasteless jokes I've said, I'm probably not one to talk in terms of tasteless jokes. I told a few last night at the Comedy Store, and I told one last night at the XPW show about the Georgia shooting. Someone heckled me, and it was just like it was the first thing that popped into my head. So, and I didn't realize my set was being streamed too, in addition to the wrestling. I probably wouldn't have said what I said if I knew I was being streamed. But you can't really cancel Earl Skakel. What are you going to take away from me? My 1 a.m. spots at the Comedy Store? Get the fuck out of here. I'm a soldier. But parts of last night were taped and will be shown in the special. Uh, yeah, Homeless Jimmy was, he fought White Trash. No, who did he fight? Judge Joe Dredd. And then Tough Tito took on Necro Butcher. But because they were in a new theater, I think they really toned down XPW in terms of the blood and violence. There was no light tubes. I think 2 out of the 6 matches were blood, but nothing too wacky. Your standard bed of nails, your shopping cart wrapped in barbed wire, which is pretty tame by XPW standards. I think my favorite name in XPW was White Trash Johnny Webb. And of course, the gay wrestler Angel. Now, I don't know if he's gay in real life, but if he isn't, he's a good actor. Um, so, um, you know, I'm getting a text right now. No. I mean, I think I did like the direction the show went last night. It was a little more not mainstream, but still violent. And man, I got into I did my stand-up set in the ring. So, I've never really been in a pro wrestling ring before. And holy fuck, man. Um, that mat is, I mean, there's some give to it. It is a little bouncy, but even a simple body slam has to hurt. I mean, I know it's like predetermined or whatever you want to call it, but I don't think I would ever call wrestling fake. And at one point, someone was heckling me, run the ropes. So I started running the ropes a little bit. Even that hurt. I think I got like rope rash. So, much respect for the wrestlers, especially like XPW type of leagues where it's pretty violent. Um, but I had a good time. I mean, the crowd was rough. I mean, 5 seconds after I got on stage, a guy to my right's going, Heil Hitler. And then, a couple minutes later, like, someone's, like, yelling out, "Free Harvey Weinstein." So, but I knew the deal going into XPW that this was not gonna be a stand-up show. This was gonna be survival. Um, but, I'm an OG XPW fan. I was there in the days of Birmingham High School, the Olympic Auditorium shows. Um, I think I saw them in a Moose Lodge one time, and it's they don't go as hard as they used to because a lot of the OGs like Messiah and Chaos and White Trash, Johnny Webb. I don't think they wrestle anymore. And then, a couple have passed on. Supreme, who was like the king of death matches, he passed away a while back. I mean, I saw him almost die legally twice with botched ladder stunts involving Rob Black. So Ben Bones Jones, Rams just scored a touchdown. For those of you who like American football, 17-10. Big business day for you fantasy football freaks with Kenny Pickett. No, I'm sorry, not Kenny Pickett. Chris Boswell, 6 field goals. I think 3 were over 50 yards. So in my league that I used to be in, like 1 field goal was a 57-yarder. So you get the 3 points. You get a bonus 2 points for anything over 50. So that's 5 points. And then you get a point for each yard. So a 57-yard field goal would be 5, and then that would be 12 points. 3, 2 bonus points, and then the 7 for the 7 extra yards. He also had a 56-yard field goal, so that would be 11 points. So 23 points, and then 4 other regular field goals, I think. Although he might have had a third that was 50. I mean, so if you had Chris Boswell on your team, you got close to 35 points, just your kicker. Oh, good. I'm happy. I don't play fantasy football anymore just because I'm such a Steeler fan. I couldn't really enjoy if I had players going up against Pittsburgh. I did win my league 3 years in a row, bitch. So, Tuesday night we'll do some sort of a stream for the debate, and then September 17th is the birthday stream. We're going for big numbers, big business, likes, people in the chat, super chats, super thanks, and we're gonna blow it out. And then we'll go back to 8 people in the stream on September 18th. I won my league 3 years in a row because I was an animal. Now that I don't play, I can give away my strategy. I would, everyone wants like the best quarterback and running back, and that's who goes first and second and third. I'd pick a kicker first. Because you got to figure in fantasy football, everyone's going to have a good quarterback. Everyone's going to have a good running back or 2, or receivers, 2 or 3 receivers. So what I would do is realizing that there's 32 teams in the league. There's really probably only 2 to 3 big money kickers. And at the time, it was Mike Vanderjack. He was the man. And the Colts scored a lot of points, and they also had a lot of field goals. Because they would go deep on third down, and they didn't have the highest third down percentage success rate, so they kicked a lot of field goals too, in addition to a lot of touchdowns, which only get you 1 point, the extra point. So he won me. He was my kicker all 3 seasons. Kip Smith is the moderator in the house, so you guys planning on doing inward towers, you're out. You won't get past the second G, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, you can't hoard players. I mean, I'm trying to think some of my running backs back in the day: Curtis Martin, Eric Metcalf. He was a good utility guy because that was cheating having Eric Metcalf on my team, because sometimes he'd be a receiver. So he was a dual running back receiver. So I could have 2 running backs, and then I could plug him in at receiver. So I almost had 3 running backs playing. Yes, I am a comedy soldier. No gigs tonight, but I am meeting a bunch of Comedy Store waitresses and associates of the Comedy Store later at Jones Restaurant. It's a cool bar on Santa Monica and La Brea. And Sunday nights is cool because all the bartenders and waitresses from the other bars, they go there. So it's like a really cool hang. See, we didn't pick defense. My league was uh, quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, and kicker. So you usually the breakdown would be two quarterbacks, three running backs, three receivers, two tight ends, one kicker. So you had to draft 12 players. So you might have four receivers, you might have five running backs. Um, and so everyone was different. I usually would have one quarterback, and then the bye week, I would just pick up a free agent. The XPW fans heckled me within 5 seconds of me stepping into the ring. I mean, never say never, ACDC. Never say never. Um, you know, I go where the flow is, and you know, we'll see what happens. I think I did try a protein puck. I didn't like them. They very uh, doughy. The middle part, like the white part, very like taffy like, and it was very hard to digest. Um, I'm afraid to click on that link, Kip, and then my stream will disappear. But I'm trying to think. I had Ben Coates as my tight end, and he was like, that was kind of cheating because he got so many receptions. He was like almost having a third in play wide receiver. Um, and I was the master of the waiver wire. Like, I was very, very good. Um, because, like I said, everyone goes for the big name quarterback, the big name. I think and so how it works is you got to draft 12 players, and then you have $150 in like fake money. So a good player would cost you $50, $60, like a superstar player. But one year I had the first pick. It was random draw, and I got the first pick. And this was when Terrell Davis was at the height of his powers. So I started the draft with you say the name of the player you want and how much you want to spend. Now keep in mind, you $150, so you had to be economical. So I said Terrell Davis $120, and no, people were like, you can have him, but then I traded him for like 10 players. But I was a savage back then. I traded one guy, Fred Lane, who had died saving a drowning child, and then Fred Lane couldn't swim, so he died. He saves the kid, and then Fred Lane dies, and he was my running back. And I knew another guy in the league liked him, so I traded him for, I believe, originally Mike Vanderjack. So, it's a cold business. You got to stay on top of that shit. Dan Marino, uh, in his prime, he's definitely a $60 to $70 player in my league. J-Man Jack Attack, $10. I guess that would be a super sticker. Thank you very much, J-Man Jack. The Nocturne Theater looked amazing. It's actually, I didn't know this, where Adam Sandler filmed his special. So I had inquired after the show about what about Daddy's special there, but I gotta figure that Mr. Sandler's budget's a little higher than mine. So, and the search continues, but I would do it there. I mean, the green rooms are cool. Um, you know, I mean, it's an old school theater and in the heart of Glendale. Now, the reason I was on the show, here's the funny thing is I guess wrestling's like illegal. You can't get the permits or whatever for it in Glendale. But I guess the city told them that if you have a comic on, you can call it a variety show. So there you go. Welcome to Hollyweird, or Glendale, I should say. Thank you, J Man Jack. Always appreciated. Um, let me ask a relevant question. In 2024, which reunion would you like to see more of? G Freya or Rough Cut? I like that one. I never really liked any Rough Cut songs, so I liked Gia Freya's, but only their song "Call to the Heart." Or no, that would be House of Lords, which had members of Gia Freya. Call to the heart. I'll be coming for you. I don't really know the names, the words to that song. Um, I haven't seen the first Beetlejuice movie, which is crazy because Michael Keaton is a Comedy Store paid regular. I think his career has turned out a little better than mine. Can you imagine Michael Keaton doing a stream on a Sunday night, trying to get super chats? Uh, well, it was a cool place for XPW, and I think it forced XPW to have slightly more mainstream wrestling. I think there were about 6 matches, and 2 of the 6 or 7, I forget the final count, uh, were death match XPW style wrestling. So um, it was really fun. I mean, everyone, it's neat to go backstage and seeing the wrestlers go over their matches and whatnot. Um, so I'm getting a text here from the Comedy Store. Let's see what's going on here. It's a video. Oh, I don't know what that's about. Kevin Spacey needs super chat money. Piss poor paying lawyers. I mean, you know how much money Kevin Spacey could make doing a stream, but hopefully he doesn't do it when I'm doing it. I love Michael Keaton. I like that movie he did, Clean and Sober, because that had one of my favorite 80s actors in it, Luca Bercovici, who actually said he would come on Inappropriate Earl, but he kind of like, I wouldn't say he quit the business, but he moved to like Dubai and started a movie studio there. So I was like, that's weird. But did you talk with Brian Kendrick? I didn't see him. I think who? Let me get this. Let me see who was on the card last night. Some of the matches. Great final match with Necro Butcher and this Tough Tito, I think was his name. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Of course, the great Mickey Knuckles. Oh, let me see if they have a card somewhere. No. XPW September 7th card. Let's see. Okay, so we had I didn't see Brian Kendrick and Wicked Wicket. I did see Slice Boogie versus Rob Shit. Maybe Brian Kendrick was the first match. Then you had Mickey Knuckles against Rena Maya. Tommy Trainwreck against Hardcore Hillbilly and Michael Kruger. That was a death match. Singles match with JTG, who got a great look, and this little kid named Eli Everfly. He was very good. They had good chemistry. Homeless Jay and Judge Joe Dredd for the King of the Death Match title. And then you had XPW West Coast Heavyweight title, Necro Butcher against Bad Dude Tito. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. I think I missed the first match because I had to cool out on the after my set, take care of Pistol Pete, who was there filming. So I guess Brian Kendrick was there. I didn't see him though. JTG has a great look. He kind of looks like he could have been in Crime Time. Um, yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton has a lot of good movies, and that what was it? Dope Sick was a really good show. I mean, he seems like he gets it. You know, kind of had that Travolta thing where he had a couple bombs after Batman. And so he kind of just took a knee and then came back strong. Um, so all right, the Rams driving. 14 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Oh no, they did not get it. Lion defense holding strong. It's second and goal. But Eli Everfly, a little kid, like a Hispanic kid, and he, he, him and JTG had good chemistry. So, I think if they're gonna do, I don't know if the Nocturne Theater is going to be the home base from now on, but if it is, uh, I would say that XPW is going to concentrate a little more on mainstream wrestling. But problem with that is it's not what the XPW fan base wants. They want blood. They want light tubes. They want barbed wire baseball bats. Like they want. But the problem is that it's a very hard style to do. I mean, Necro Butcher. Uh, he's the last of the Mohicans, and the Hardcore Hillbilly. He's fucking young kid, man. He looks like it's affecting him already. Great guy though. But Tito was an interesting guy to watch. I mean, him and Necro Butcher actually had a good match. Um, and then I'm trying to think of some. Like I said, I don't think Chaos does it anymore. I don't think Messiah. I don't think he wrestles anymore. Um, and I mean, they didn't have a lot of their regulars there last night. Masada, Schlack. Um, I mean, I know Willie Mack has done some XPW shows. My friend Taya Valkyrie has done some shows for them. I'm pretty sure that Ty and Willie are like, "Hey, we'll wrestle, but you ain't cutting us." Um, so it'll be interesting to see the future of XPW. I mean, it's not, especially on the West Coast, which is where they started, but now I think Rob Black lives on the East Coast. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they market. It's a lot of money to fly these people out. Even flying coach, because I don't think very many of the XPW guys that I saw last night were um, West Coast guys. Maybe 2 or 3. So you had to fly 7 fucking guys and girls out there. I miss Lou Dark. She's great to watch. Beloved Ball Washer, maybe my favorite stream name. I remember WWE paid him like 4 years to do nothing. And I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about him. Very nice guy. I met him before the show, but a great look. Like a really, really good look. Earl is a connoisseur of 80s action movies. Tell us your opinion of Sly Stallone. Oh, it's my favorite Stallone movie that's not named. Oh, excuse me. Rocky or Rambo. Because There's a lot of pressure on Stallone for that movie because he has this great success with Rocky, and then like Lords of Flatbush kind of fell flat. Pardon the pun. Rocky 2, not a giant hit, but a good hit. And then I think he had one bomb in the early '80s. So Nighthawks was like I think the first movie he was directing on his own, but it was a weird vibe on the set because I think they fired the producer, so Stallone started doing everything, producing, directing, acting, and at that time, I think the SAG rules were like, "Hey, you can't do that." So they had to bring in some other guy, and this was Rutger Hauer's first American movie, and I think his best friend had died, so he had to go back to the Netherlands, or his mom died, or someone very close to him died, so he had to so he was a little disjointed, and it's pretty famous story that Stallone and Hauer, they get off to a wrong foot on a wrong foot because I didn't know this. I was such an idiot when I used to watch movies. I thought they were actually shot in sequence. Like the first scene you see in a movie is actually the first scene they shot. But the first scene they shot with Stallone and Rutger Hauer was the end scene where basically Stallone's in drag, and Rutger Hauer thinks it's Stallone's girlfriend, so he wants to kill her. And it's a great scene, and, if you kinda watch that scene again, you notice that Rutger Hauer looks like he actually got shot, and that's because right before they rolled, I guess there was a tension wire hooked up to Rutger Hauer, so when he got shot, they hit a button and it kinda pulls him back. And now Rutger Hauer was told it was, like, set at a 3, but Stallone told the stunt guy, "Set it to maximum," which I think was 10. And the guy's like, I don't think Rutger's gonna like that." He's like, "Oh, he'll love it, man. It's realism." So when you see that scene, you see Rutger Hauer get jerked back, and you can see the look on his face was like, "What the fuck?" So, um, the whole rest of the movie, I bought Rutger Hauer's book just to read the Nighthawks chapter. He talked about he was so mad at Stallone that he was outrunning him, and anything that was like a physical competition between the two, Rutger Hauer would make sure he won it, which it kind of plays out. If you watch the movie, it looks like the terrorism and the cop angle is playing out. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, over the top sour milk, over the top. I don't have the energy to tell that Patty Please story, but what a set of mommy milkers. Woo! Not racial at all. Vince gave Crime Time the gimmick when they would win and steal something off their opponents and try and sell it in the crowd for $50. Yeah, I mean, not one of the WWE's proudest angles, but I mean, there's a plethora of bad racist angles, from the junkyard dog barking like a dog with a steel chain around his neck to many other interesting um, angles. Slick, the jive talking pimp. Favorite '80s horror movie? My Bloody Valentine, the original My Bloody Valentine, 1980. Still to this day, the scariest movie I've ever seen in a theater. Um, very, very character. They had a legit Nazi character with full swastika flag at one point. XPW. I mean, I do remember when I used to see their high school shows at Birmingham High, and you couldn't fit an extra person in these shows. It was so packed. The ring announcer was a Nazi. I was like, wow, this company's fucking nuts. And the reason I got into XPW was the girl who was cutting my hair at the time was uh, fucking Sabu's manager, and she would go, "You got to check out this show." I'm like, "I like WWE bullshit." And they're like, "No, no, you got to check it out. It's really wild." And I've been hooked ever since. Um, well, no, it wasn't a nerd killing everyone. Basically, there was a miner who Harry Warden, I think that was his name in the movie. He comes back and kills all these kids in the mine shaft, and it was just such a low budget movie that it worked. Like it added to the scariness, I guess you'd say. Um, Notre Dame High in the house. Riverside and Woodman. William Zoom, I changed my mind and just said, fuck it. I'm going to do another 15 minutes because I got to walk Lois and then head to the gym. I was so hungry last night. I ate a quesadilla from a food truck, and my God, it was the richest, heaviest, greasiest, cheesiest quesadilla I've ever had in my life. So I'm a little bloated right now. But I've got to work out in case I see any X's. That's the only reason I work out. Did you use those special wipes? I have extra large. And here's the funny thing is it says to protect the hands. Like who's wiping your ass and your shit is so big you get it on your hand? I mean, like what are people eating? These aren't dude wipes. These are extra large wipes from Continental. I guess they're trying to get in on the dude wipes. Uh, I'm wondering if dude wipes has stuff for your balls too. Um, Night of the Creeps is a great movie. Um, but I mean, I just remember a scene, not Nightmare on Elm Street, but seeing My Bloody Valentine in a theater in Westwood, and it was scary, man. Because there weren't any famous actors in it, so you could really, they really looked like a group of, and it was a Canadian movie, so all the actors were unknown Canadian actors and whatnot. I think I said the only actor that I recognized from it was the curly-haired guy who played Will, one of the sheriffs in Rambo. He was the guy with the broken nose. He wore the white thing over his nose. So he was the only one I think that went on to do anything significant, and I don't even think I saw him in anything after Rambo. American Werewolf in London was a great movie, kind of very scary as well. I love Tom Atkins, who I believe might still be alive. He's pretty old though. Let me see if Tom Atkins is alive. Tom, I mean, great and Escape from New York. Um, Born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, still alive. So he's born, let's see. Uh, doesn't, uh, Dad worked in a steel mill. Wow, that's pretty crazy. He's still alive. I mean, he's got to be pretty old, to be honest with you. I knew him from the Rockford Files, and of course, his shining moments, Lethal Weapon. I only acknowledge the first Lethal Weapon. Thank you very much. Where he played the father of the girl who jumped out of the building, and he was a mercenary for Shadow Company, along with General Peter McAllister, played by the great character actor who I think is no longer with us, Mitchell Ryan, who was awesome in Magnum Force. Yes, Peter Hunsaker. This is big business, Roger. You owe me, Roger. I want you to find these people and kill them, Roger. Lethal Weapon's such a good movie. And I didn't realize I watched some, you fall down these rabbit holes on YouTube that the fight scene in Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson and Gary Busey is 2 houses down from the party scene house in Big Wednesday, where Gary Busey uh, puts barbecue sauce on, trying to cook himself, I guess. So I thought that was kind of like, and then they tore down both houses. Uh, Tom Drake and the Cable Guy were watching Magnum Force in the wildlife. I don't remember that, but Magnum Force, great movie, great cast. Got Robert Urich, Tim Matheson has um, Robert Urich is the dirty cops. David Soul, I forget who the fifth one was, but a great. I love me some Magnum Force, and of course the amazing Hal Holbrook, where Clint Eastwood said at the end, "A man's got to know his limitations." I'm gonna have to watch The Wildlife again. Is that where is that? Is that on cable, Zoom, or in Netflix? And it hit me just thinking about it. The girl that Elon Mitchell Smith was crushing on throughout the whole movie in The Wildlife? She is a dead ringer for the girl in Cobra Kai. And I'm struggling finishing Cobra Kai, I'm telling you. I have not finished part 1 of the finale. Uh, it's just, the storyline at this point is so fucking unbelievable. The Wildlife is tough to find. I mean, I think I had it on Laserdisc, but I don't have my Laserdisc um, player anymore. I do like Cobra Kai, but it just kind of like, I know it's a movie. It's like wrestling. I know it's not real, but it's just so ridiculous at this point. And I think part of what I loved about Cobra Kai in the early years was, they were kind of in on the joke. Like, this is not a serious TV show. And of course, you had the nostalgia effect of them bringing back people from the movies, but now they've kind of run out of people to bring back. I mean, I still think they should bring in Larry B. Scott, even though he wasn't like huge in the first one. He was still in Cobra Kai. Um, so yeah, I'm burning for your love. I'm burning up for your love. I think that was in the strip club scene. A band that is to be free. I might have to sign up for that. Um, I mean, there were some pretty bad horror movies. Ross Dogs. Tom Drake, friend of the community. Here's another bit of wildlife trivia. We're probably the only stream doing wildlife trivia, which probably explains why we have 12 people in here. But I don't give a fuck. Um, no sign up needed, and the wildlife is on. Oh, Band of the Hands on Tubi. Okay. Um, is the guy who Tom Drake is talking to in the liquor store is went on to become a big director, Dean Devlin. Also has an actor was in Real Genius as one of the nerds. What up, big bad Burt Perkins? No, I'm AEW for life, Burt Perkins. So yeah, no, I don't mind. Dude, I'd rather have 14 people and 12 likes in this stream than have 300 people in here talking about Steel Toes Arrest, or now I see someone is accusing Melton of being a pedophile. Like, what is going on here? Like, is it Stuttering who's, I don't know who's accusing Melton of that, but I was watching Win by Two. Who I met Mary Mosley. And Mary Klein is a very lovely girl. I can't. I have such little interest in that world, and I think Chad's now going after Carl, or Carl's going after Chad. Like I just, you know, and then Ray's doing his thing. I mean, I will listen to MLC and Melton, and I'm starting to listen again to Win by Two. I don't think a lot of these people know how well you can do Predator lines. Yeah, they got to pay for that. Yeah, I do a lot for free, which I don't mind doing. But you want me to recite Predator lines? You got to pay. You got to pay and say which line. What up, Eric Fuller? Are you new to the stream? Welcome, my friends. The new member of the stream, Eric Fuller. Team Chad. Chad is the best. I mean, I like Chad. He asked me to do a stream the other night. I said no, just because I don't want to be sniped, and then I get roped into whatever drama he's in. And thank you, not unauthorized. I'm thankful for you guys. I have 14 people in here. I'd much rather be doing this for another 5 minutes, and I'm going to go to the gym. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, ACDC. I mean, it's funny to me. I watch it. I mean, I like Chad because he's pro wrestling, so I get what he's doing. Michelle Meyerink made 4 huge movies: Outsiders, Real Genius, Revenge of the Nerds, and Valley Girl. Yeah, I mean, I really knew her in Valley Girl. I mean, yeah, she's another one who I thought. I don't know if I don't know if I would say she would be a star, but she's kind of almost in that Jenny Wright category of, okay, this girl's like, what a great start to her career. 4 big movies, good look. I mean, she wasn't like what you would consider classically pretty. She's kind of nerd pretty. And, I mean, this business is fucking brutal, man. And she was probably auditioning back in the day when it was, who knows how much sexual harassment girls like her were facing in auditions and shit. Bert Perkins, $4.99. Can I get a bullshit, Billy? You ain't afraid of no man. I'm scared, Poncho. Yeah, I can do that scene for you. And I'm not trying to get you guys to super chat me money. I'm not trying to bilk my fans, but I also can't turn this into hey, let's see. Earl's a monkey. Bounce the ball and do this, Earl. Do that, Earl. So all right, let me set the scene here. All right, I'm gonna do you a little more than the $4.99 just because you're a soldier. So Bert Perkins, since this is for you, I'm not big enough comic to fill the Houston Improv, to be honest with you. See, I'm honest. Bert Perkins, I want you to say action. Only Bert Perkins. You guys can enjoy. Thank Bert Perkins for this because he paid for it. I'm not doing it, Bert, until you say action. Ask her. Ask her what she saw. ¿Qué pasó, mujer? ¿Qué pasó? She says the same fucking thing. The jungle. It came alive and took him. Are you telling me Blaine and Hawkins were killed by a fucking lizard? She's nothing but a bullshit psych job. Just nothing but 2 or 3 of those zappers out there. Billy, you know something. Side profile. I'm scared, Poncho. Bullshit. You ain't afraid of no man. There's something out there. We're all gonna die. The man's losing it. He's losing his cool. That's pretty good. Pretty close. I might be off on the exact lingo, but it's pretty close. The man's losing it. Such a great movie. That movie still holds up. 1988. My sister, as you guys know, was Carl Weathers' assistant from I think '87 to like '89 or '90 at the Irv Schechter agency on Doheny in Santa Monica, which oddly enough is right down the street from me. Um, and like I said, I remember she came home on a Friday night. I can literally remember it was a Friday night, and she was like, "Yeah, Carl's he's in some action movie with Schwarzenegger and some wrestler, and yeah, it's a movie about they're in the jungle chasing an alien, and you don't see the alien till the very end of the movie." I'm like, this movie sounds awful. And there you go. It's kind of like when I was on Kill Tony with Michael Costa, and there was maybe 25 people in the belly room, which is the smallest room at the Comedy Store. It's where roast battle is done and whatnot. I remember about halfway through, I was so bored to tears with these horrible open micers. Couldn't even get through 1 minute of comedy. I whispered into Michael Costa's ear, I'm like, this show sucks. And now it just sold out Madison Square Garden. So there you go. What do I know? Welcome to the business. I just read some casting info about Predator 2. Patrick Swayze, I believe, turned down Predator 2 because uh I guess his body was hurting from Roadhouse, so he wanted to do Ghost instead, which was not as physically taxing. Um, I've never seen the Conan movie front to back. I've it's just I don't like the Dungeons and Dragons bullshit. Yeah, hit the like button. We'll do maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. We'll go to the end of the Ram game. There's 4 minutes and 16 seconds left. It's 2017 LA Rams over the Detroit Lions in the fourth quarter. 4th and 5 now for the Detroit Lions. And the Ram player almost intercepted it, but not quite. Yes, DDT the like button. I might do a small stream tomorrow night, but the next Big Daddy stream will be Tuesday. We might do 2 streams, a pre-show stream, some analysis, and prognosticating, and then we will do a post debate. But that's going to be late for you East Coasters. Um, I always tell my friends fantasy football is just like Dungeons and Dragons. It kind of is. My men were on that ship. He was killed alive. Jim Hopper. I knew these men, the Green Berets out of Fort Bragg. Now, what the hell were they doing there? I don't know, Dutch. Someone had to send them. No problem, Ryan Olson. I mean, you really should have paid for that, but I'll slide it in. See, I can't add. Bert Perkins can't send me $5, and then someone else does it for free. So hit the like button, Olson. I don't have many rules in the stream. So from now on, we're gonna have some new rules in the Earlverse. If you'd like to hear any movie quotes, you have to pay for them. And then all Dabbleverse questions are $1,500. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. Thank you, J-Man Jack and Bert Perkins for the super chats and super stickers. I appreciate it. Even though YouTube takes an outrageous cut, I'm not going to do the what is it that Melton and the other guys do now? It's basically you cut out YouTube. I'm not streaming for money. But like the great William Zoom said, the super chats or whatever you guys do, it's just a way to tip. How much dollars is Jeff Ross questions again? Well, I got to be honest with you, since I feel like I feel about him, that will be $100. Any Jeff Ross questions are $100. Now I have to answer them, but they are $100. Dabbleverse questions are $50. This is a new tiered pricing structure. Ray DeVito stories are $200. Um, so does Lois ever see things in the apartment that you can't see and there's nothing there? Well, I mean, Lois right now, to be brutally honest with you, doesn't have great vision. So, but she's oddly enough, she's still like, she doesn't bump into anything, but her vision, and I agree there, ACDC. But I mean, XPW was good. Long story short, I wasn't up there that long. The show was running behind. Um, and I think doors were supposed to open at 6:30. They opened up closer to 7:30, and there were 7 matches plus my stand up, and they had to be out of there by 11. Hardcore out. I mean, like they could 11:01. I think they paid double whatever they were paying. So I was told when I got there 20 minutes, and I probably did 10 minutes. They were heckling me uh, from the go. I mean, 5 seconds in, some guy to the right is doing the Nazi salute, going Heil Hitler. Guy up top is talking about Harvey Weinstein, and then probably the weirdest heckle was these two girls. They were like 14 or 15. They started in on me, and I started to go back at them a little bit. I think I said, "I wish you guys were at that." I said, "This probably got my biggest laugh," but these XPW fucking maniacs. So the two 14 and 15-year-olds, whatever they were heckling me. So I said, you know what? I wish you guys went to school in Georgia 4 days ago. Big laugh. And then the dad shot me a look of like, hey, man. And I said to the dad from the stage or the ring, hey, she started it. And he's like, I know, but cool it. And he had like prison tattoos. So, I mean, all in all, would I do it again? I probably would. Um, Lois is a fucking warrior. Would I climb over myself to do it again? No. But I'm pretty well liked by XPW fans. I mean, I'm there at almost every show, so like people know me. All the employees love me. As soon as I walked in, it's like, "Oh, we loved you in roast battle and yada yada. We can't wait to see you." Blah blah blah. And the one I gotta really feel sorry for is the ring announcer, really cute 20-year-old girl, dressed provocatively. I mean, I would guess she had like double D's, and they were out. And the XPW fans were, she gets up there, and your first match, here's Brian Kendrick. And the crowd, before Brian Kendrick came out, so this was clearly directed at her, was, show your hole, show your hole. I'm like, oh boy. Wait, what? How much did they show of that? Because, I was so nervous up there, to be honest with you. I was just trying to fucking survive. And I saw like two camera guys, like filming me, and it didn't hit me like, oh fuck, because I was told I would not be on the stream. Basically, I was warming up the crowd, and then bingo, the stream starts. So the people who ordered the stream, I can only imagine what the comments were. I wasn't killing by any stretch, to be honest, but I was surviving. I mean, live, I was doing well, but I could see people, uh, who ordered the stream going, this guy sucks. But, it's kind of like doing the comedy show at Hackamania. I knew that, they wanted to hear, like what Ray did. I mean, Ray was roasting the Dabbleverse. I was just doing stand up. So, um, oh my God, they showed the whole video. Yeeks. I hope, yeah, well, I don't even want to know what the comments were. All right, you kids. Tuesday night, let's make it a good stream. Thank you once again to Bert Perkins and J-Man Jack for the tipping procedures. And, we're going to stream a little more. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out where the best time spent should go to. Should I do more streams? Should I do more shorts? Should I do more 2, 3, 5 minute videos? I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'll see you guys Tuesday with an outside chance of maybe doing a stream tomorrow night. Earl Skakel, over and out. Good night and good luck.